Greetings, my little patients, and welcome to the grand finale of Plague Knight Plays The Plague of Shadows. I am your Dr. Plague Knight, and here's my diagnosis. In the last episode, we managed to dispose of the Propeller Knight and the Black Knight, and now we reach the Tower of Fate, where we will ascend to great new heights and finish the Enchantress off once and for all. And I'm sure you're noticing that I'm a bit differently dressed. Well, you see, I thought it'd be smart to dress properly for the occasion. This is the finale, after all. I want to make sure I'm at my Sunday best, so to speak. And of course, we're dying 1 minute in. But one way or another, this ends today. Even if this goes on for an hour, I will end this here and now. For you see, I'm ready to move on to my next big experiment, whatever that may entail. And I do not wish to spend nearly another episode on this malabras tripe. I'm ready for a little vacation, preferably with someone I've neglected, and giving them the time they so rightfully deserve. But in order to do that, I must succeed where others have failed. So, first off, I have to time my jumps a little bit fucking better, don't I? Secondly, the Enchantress. She must meet her end. One way or another, that evil harlequin is going to die. I will ensure her defeat. Now then, to move forward, onwards and downwards through this rather murky area. I'm wondering how in all of the realms this Enchantress managed to have a castle with underwater features. I ask you, it's a simple scientific question, is it not? But we shall soon see what other tricks this Enchantress has to offer, and if they are enough to foil me. Now, let's bounce, shall we? Bounce off of this. Oh, we've got another one of those knights that just also happened to fall to his death. Lovely watching them die. Now, let's proceed. There's many obstacles we must face, including these slimes, which I've discovered how they're able to become flame-based. You see, a regular slime has absorbent properties. They're able to absorb the element with which they collect, which in theory means they're able to absorb any element that comes across them. Now, in this particular instance, the only element at their disposal is lava, so they become, in theory, lava slimes! Quite interesting, is it not? Well, I thought so. It's none of your business what I like and don't like. So, if you don't appreciate my theories, you can leave! But I do appreciate you sticking around to hear my insanity. Now, let us get through this field of slime, shall we? As well as avoiding all this pesky lava. It'd be easier if I could just move straight through it, which, in theory, I can with this shroud that I have failed to use properly. Well, at least I'm dying a lot, so that way you guys have a fun little death counter that you can look forward to in the comment section below. I think it's time I go back to the basics. You can never go wrong with a classic. Well, unless a rat decides to just make your life a living nightmare. Then I don't know what you'd do. But that's not me. Oh, the knockback on these things is quite a nuisance. Unfortunately, I can't readily jump over this. At least not without doing one of these. Not the best way to get across, but it works. Oh! I admit I was not ready to fall in that pit. Why did I fall? It's quite alright. It's fine. We will succeed. We will get through this. I didn't think I'd be having this much difficulty in a castle of this rather annoyingly constructed. Still, we will make our do. We will get through. For this is what we do. But excuse me, Mr. Knight. I have business to attend to. These slimes, in particular. I don't want to fight them. I'm just going to run past them. Come what may in terms of the lava. Sometimes the best strategy is to just move away from it all. And then other times it's good to eat this chicken. Now, down we go. It's one of these things. Not that we need it, it's just there. Luckily there's enough platforms for me to maneuver on. Though this particular gentleman is going to meet an end by a bomb. Now how do we get past this? Suppose we have to wait for a recharge. Because I have used too much of my power, you see. And I must wait. Still, up we go. Luckily there was enough space for us to move. Now, to watch this lava. Carefully now. Oh, we have another one of these annoying propeller fools. I do not like them. Which is why he blew up spectacularly. Hee-hee! Now, there's another one to deal with. Not particularly interested in playing your games today, Mr. Propeller, sir. I'm going to move past you. I have more important things to concern myself with. Myself? Yes, myself! I have multiple personalities! But no. Seeing that this is the final ascent, this leads me to one logical conclusion. I will have to fight my brethren in the Order of No Quarter, and while I do not see them on equal measure, I must fight them. Even though I have bested them once before, it is yet another challenge that I, as a knight, must face. And yes, I am a knight, despite what others will have you believe. Though I do have one simple, honest question. How is it that I manage to expire? Because I'm eaten by the floor that is slowly ascending. Answer me that particular question. For I am a little bit on the confused side as to how that functions. And these spark bombs, do they have any use? I wouldn't think so. It matters not, I suppose. Now, let's see if we can get that particular sheet of music. We can. Now let us ascend. Yo! Oh, these little spark bombs actually have a bit of a kick. They might prove useful. In the right hands, of course. Which are mine, so of course they're in the right hands. No time to worry about that now, though. We have a fight to prepare for. I have never the patience for fools like this. Which is why they die. Ever so quickly, mind you. How is it that rat didn't blow up? Aren't these the explosive type that I keep in my explodatorium? At least I thought that's where I left them. Who got a hold of them? Whoever did is going to pay. Not what I anticipated! How did I fail that spectacularly? I ask you. I was right at the top. I would have grabbed the ladder if I could. Why did I not grab the ladder? Still, it's not an issue. We will get up there, we will ascend, and we will succeed. I am not concerned with failures. For in the end, every failure pushes you towards the great goal of success, and that was me going too quick. Regardless, all you need to know is that eventually you will get to the promised land that is success. Will it take a while to get there? Yes! Yes, it... I don't even know what happened there. That was just a massive failure on my part. I'm not certain how that happened. I'm not certain why that happened. All I know is it did happen, and I'm mighty pissed off about it. Because I wasn't even on the godforsaken thing to kill me in the first place. All this lava, and yet the Enchantress doesn't realize how much of an unorthodox thing lava is to have. It's very volatile in the wrong hands, you see, and she's misusing it quite greatly. Oh well, let's switch casings. Drop casing, Oh, they seriously do just drop. And they bounce a little too like little froggies. How interesting. Quite an interesting casing. Now, let's go back to the whirl ones. Those could be interesting with the thunder effect, I think. They last quite a bit too. I like. And with the power they possess, it's quite nice to have more than one that I can toss. Oh, the joys of being a scientist and being able to mix and match your toys. Isn't it fun? Oh, that's why I love being a scientist. You have so much fun with all the tools you have at your disposal. Now then, I'm on the ladder as originally intended. Are we at the top yet? Hold on a moment. Nyeh! I knew I smelled chicken. A good feast. Now, on to the fight ahead. Oh, a bomb! No, thank you, sir. I'm not feeling explosive today. At least, not as much as the fools down below are. Now then, show me them. Nyeh! Oh, look who's shown up to our little soiree.
You're late on your membership dues, Alchemist, and now the time has come for...
Is this Shovel Knight?
Shovel Knight? You led him here too? What madness is this? We'll deal with him soon, but first, I want to know why Plague Knight is showing his mask around here. Yes, you've stolen all of my essence, you maniac. All I have left is my wits. Unlike wits, King Knight, you actually have some essence. It's merely weakened. We were strong as a team, but you just cared for you! For shame!
Might makes right. Isn't that the Order's motto? I just took some initiative.
We'll never stand for this! You're gonna pay for what you've done, Plague Knight! Pass the salt.
A gauntlet it is. Very well. I'll take all of you on. I'll show you who's the superior knight. And I'll even take on the shovel boy for good measure. Okay, this sparkler thing is kind of useless. Let's go back to the cluster. Thank you. Now then, you can just die. Go away. If you're going to be rude about this whole thing, you can perish again. Now I know that's not the end of him, because he's got his little robot toy. But luckily, I have my bombs. And I have a lot of them, so I hope he's ready for an explosive fight. Because I always bring the best. Now eat that. Oh, you're running low on health, are you? Do I look like I care? Oh, that's 1 out of the 7. And of course, the Polar Knight is next. Not like he'll be able to do much, really. He's a lumbering fool. Let's see just what this buffoon has in store. Whoop! And here comes his little trick of putting spikes all over the arena. I must admit, that's a bit of a dirty tactic when you think about it, making it extremely hard for us to do our work, wouldn't you say? It might be time to reconsider my weapons. This cluster thing is useful, but I don't think the standard fuse is really good for it. Perhaps the quicker fuse would do well. Regardless, let's get back to business. At the very least, we start off where we left off, which is good. Wouldn't have to fight that little Tinker Toy again. And yes, he is a Tinker Toy. With all the respect I have for him, he's still a child at heart, thinking his little machinations can actually do more than just be useless. He needs to learn the true meaning of science. And this Polar Knight needs to learn that not everything can be solved with a bigger shovel. He wants a rematch, does he? Very well, I'll take this little jerk on again. As long as it means I get to have more fun blowing him up, I'm perfectly fine with that. But first, gotta add that in. Now, bring on the neck! Right up to the top. Shoot! The casing bombs. Oh, like those missiles of yours are actually going to have an effect on me. I do love that he thinks I care for his little tricks. Oh, his little parlor tricks don't mean a thing against an alchemist's, well, scientific mind, as well as ingenuity. Now, who's next? The propeller fool. Lovely. As if I didn't have enough of your nonsense before. Adding an additional tonic to make this a little easier to manage. Now, would you do me a favor and just die off? Of this again? Let's lob casings at him. And if he can still summon his stupid little ship. At least he's just doing the bomb thing. At least it's not the cannonballs just yet. Alright, casing switch. Let's bounce. How is he able to block the bounce casings? Alright, let's go into orbit then. Make it so he can't dodge them. Oh, and that's what did it. Now, switching casings again. Let's go back to the whirl casings. Who's next? The treasure simpleton. Fitting, really. I take out one simpleton, I get gifted another. Now, I do appreciate the refill in my magic meter, but unfortunately it's not getting much use. Let's hope this fool puts up more of a fight, because he was quite easy to defeat the last time, was he not? Oh well, guess not! Ah, the brooder. This will be fun. Show me what you can do. I expect great things from you. After all, you're next on the little list, aren't you? Yes, you are. All right, lob casing. That will do just fine. Oh, you really are foolish, aren't you? Never realizing just how open you're leaving yourself to my strikes. Oh, I love a good battle, and Spectre does know how to provide his spades. But unfortunately, he doesn't realize I'm well prepared! Now, back to Whirl. Which of these three is next? The Pompous King. Oh, I do love thrashing this particular idiot. Oh, you are so fun to mess with. And that's why defeating you again, just to prove that I can smite you easily, is just a joyous delight. Now, do me a favor, little king, because that's what you are at the end of the day, a little king who is secretly a boy in king's armor. Die for me. Ah, the mole. One of the only knights who actually put up a fair challenge. Now let's see if you've learned anything. Have you gotten better, or are you just the same as your compatriots? It seems I am to be disappointed yet again by these foolish knights. Ah, the Enchantress should have chosen a lot better, I think. It's a shame she didn't choose smarter knights, that she didn't realize the weaknesses they had. Luckily, I did. I noticed all of their shortcomings, and it's why I've exploited them so well. Ah, but just the same, a battle is a battle. Let's focus on that, the battle. And now it's over for the mole. And now, time for the shovel and I to have our rematch. At the very least, this is a fight worth having. Unlike the Black Knight, this is a man who truly knows the art of combat. And it seems he's come prepared with trinkets. Wait a minute. These trinkets, they're similar to the ones I've been giving a certain Chester. The face locket. Chester's been outfitting him while outfitting me this entire time. I must admit, quite a clever chap, that Chester. Being able to get money off of both of us. Would not have expected him to be so coy. But at the same time, I admire his clever attitude. He was able to pull a fast one on us both, providing both of us with tools that we could use to combat one another. A clever chap, and this shovel is really putting up quite a fight. This is the kind of fight I was looking for. This is the visceral thrill of combat. But it matters not, because the day is mine. The order and that shovel boy mean nothing. Of course he manages to get the last swipe. Clever bastard. So what will he do with us now that we hang on the very edge?
Give us a hand, Shovel Knight. You wouldn't leave us to hang here, would you?
It seems he has left us for dead. Now that's what I call a party. Enjoy the cleanup. Woohoo! I have more pressing things to attend to. Namely, the Enchantress. It's time to wrap this up. Time for her to see why messing with me is a mistake. Once I have her essence, all of this will come to a close. Right, moving blocks. Another one of her tricky little spells. Just have to avoid them as they come. No fancy tricks necessary. Just move away. Whoa! Have to move quickly, though. Some of them are quite fast. Even though I took a hit, I landed quite nicely. Oh dear! Is what you'd think I'd be saying, right? But no, I've prepared for this. See, this particular room has a trick. Its platforms come into play when you get close enough to them. So as long as you land on a platform, you should, in theory, be just fine. And to make this a little easier for us, whoosh! I'll simply float over most of these blocks. It certainly does make it a lot easier to traverse, doesn't it? It's such a nice effect watching them slowly rise up and then fall down. Now, are we at the end? Ah, yes, we are. Now, to finally put an end to this witch. Enchantress.
Plague Knight. Ah, so your fool's errand draws to a close.
You know what I'm after, Enchantress, and how important this is.
Do not speak to me of importance. Your quest is folly. You'll never be anything more than you are. So, you've come to rob me of my essence, to shape the world to your whim? Essence is insignificant to me, but you, my servant, must be reminded of your place.
My place is by Mona's side, and you won't stop me.
If you insist on dancing with death, then I shall take the lead.
Then lead away, Enchantress. Show me what powers you possess. Give me the honor of taking them away from you. Show me what little power you truly have. Allow me to destroy any semblance of your powerful might. Let me show the world how truly weak you are. Now then, show me what else you can do with your flames. If this is truly the extent of your power, I am disappointed. Show me more of your vigor. Is this your best? I must say I am disappointed in you. I expected a much grander fight for someone of such strength, such dark caliber, and yet you disappoint on all fronts. Just have to wait for the right moment to strike. One more attack ought to do you in!
Killing you would be a waste of my energy, and of a powerful alchemist. I'll make use of you yet, Plague Knight. Take what you will, make your potion, but what you truly desire will always elude you.
Oh, will it? I doubt so. Give me your essence, you witch. And now, with all of the essence in play, the potion, it's finally mine!
No! Stop your assault, Plague Knight! Look, I've brought someone!
Plague Knight, come to your senses. You don't need to go through with this. Mona! You don't understand. I was too weak to say it before, but now I can show you I'm good enough! Black Knight told me everything. You don't need a potion to win me over. You already have. What? But it's too late. I've already defeated the Enchantress and began the final distillation.
Ugh, it was too late. I must go after her. You two, touch nothing until I return!
Where is all this power coming from? This wasn't in our notes. The essences are reacting unpredictably. Watch out! What manner of trickery is this? Am I to best myself in combat? I was not expecting this reaction from the essences. It seems I do have to fight myself, a mere shadow of who I once was. I see now. And this is who I used to be. I'm weak in this state. In reality, I've grown. I'm much stronger than this. I have more power than the shadow could ever hope to achieve. The shadow thinks it can be me. Well, if this shadow wants to be me so badly, it must earn its victory, which it has not. What happens now? It's taking form again. This battle is far from over! What in the name of all that is unholy is that? It's supposed to be me, but its visage is so monstrous. I'm going to have to do everything I can to hit the innards of its beak. It's got quite an interesting attack pattern. Mona? Such a dirty tactic. Wait a minute. Hold on. It seems to be... I'm going to have to switch tactics. How do you hurt this thing? It seems that mere explosions aren't going to be enough in this instance. To wait for the right opening to attack. Up we go! It seems that you can weaken it here as well. Now we'll get to the bottom of this! It all makes sense now. Now, with the health I need back, let's destroy this faker! Need an explosive that's a bit more easily combustible. Either that, or what we need is something that explodes on impact. Appear to be working very well. Well, I've switched powders, that's the reason. What is going on here? Seems it explodes normally. Centrifuge. Maybe this will help. It's not working. Need something quicker. These explosions aren't getting me anywhere. Going to need to switch out. Black powder. My trusted companion. It doesn't seem to be... I have to hit higher. That's it! High above will work. Not this time, you don't. I will destroy you. I have to do it quickly, otherwise I'm going to beat my end. Wait, it separates? And yet it's still connected somehow. Very well. Let's do this. Almost there. One simple shot ought to do it. I have to be a bit more careful now. Watch my moves carefully. Careful! At least now I understand how this works. How far back are we? Perfect! Let's do this right. Fortunately, I don't have any more of those tonics. I'm gonna have to move quick. But luckily, I've memorized its patterns and now understand how it works. So let's destroy this thing properly, shall we, my little patience? This thing truly thinks that it can be me? Oh, I do contraire. Mon frere, let's finish it off with a bang! A nice big bang! Let's blow this fuck up! And that, my little patience, is how you destroy something that is not who you are. You did it! The reaction is stabilized! Whoa, there it is. The ultimate potion. Well, are you gonna drink it now? I don't think I need it anymore, Mona. But we must take it with us. It's all we've been working for. My future as an alchemist is riding on it. Wait, I just got an idea. Do you know how much energy is contained in this potion, right? Yeah, this much boom could easily level the whole tower. And be seen for miles in all directions. Mona, I love the way you think. The bigger the explosion, the better the alchemist. Those bumbling townsfolk would throw us a parade. We could practice alchemy anywhere we want. We wouldn't have to hide away anymore. But you're holding a potion that can give you anything you could ever want. Are you sure about this? I already have everything I could ever want. Let's blow this joint. Yes, let's blow it to smithereens. Oh, how my alchemist friends will be joyed. Free to roam the lands as much as they please. Now this tower has fallen to the ground. The Enchantress's evil is no more. And that takes care of all these fools. But what did happen to me? Well, I am now an official knight. Not a knight of the order, but my own knight. I no longer need to focus on villainous acts to get what I want. I already have what I want. I have the love of my life right by my side every step of the way. And even practicing alchemy feels much calmer now. Although, of course, it is still a bit explosive. But it is interesting to see where all the other knights are now. All of them seem to have found their own peace. Although it seems Spectre has an issue or two. Still, I am quite pleased with the turnout. I am thankful for the adventure I have gone on. I've learned to appreciate all the things I have now. And of course, making utter hell out of the lives of some of the other knights. And the Explodatorium has never been more active, as you can see. It's a party here! And of course, with it being under Percy's management, I feel secure. I mean, at least he's not alone, which is a good thing. And of course, we'll be taking over things that we feel belong to us. And of course, I am willing to work together with certain knights I respect. All Knight has earned his trust. So, we've been working together with the cloning projects. And it seems the Wandering Travelers are all doing well too. Even the Shovel Boy, for as much as I disdain him, is doing rather well. And it is good to see everyone living prosperously. Truth be told, I only wanted their essence to get what I wanted, but when I realized I already had it, it all became superfluous. And of course, Tinker and I have been working quite well with the Torque Glyphs, along with fixing everything else here in the shop that Mechanical hands like mine, well, they're more for potions and such. I'm not good with machines. Even the loner seems to have found a friend. Good for them. And all seems to have gone well in the land, don't you think? Even the flying boy, Propeller Knight, there's a happy ending for him too. As our butler. But to enjoy a dinner like this, quite relaxing. Oh, but I sense there's more on the horizon. What could be next?
You're back! You're alive! Wonderful! I'm going to assume that explosion was your handiwork?
Yep, that crusty old tower was an eyesore anyway.
Amazing! I didn't get any rocks thrown at me today. I think the townspeople are actually grateful.
Listen, Plague Knight, I know you've made all these potions and blew everything up, all to impress me. I'm so flattered, really I am. I have to make a confession, though. You're not my type. I'm so sorry. You see, I've fallen for a real man. Good for you! Awkward? Yeah, very much so.
Guys! The villagers are all in the juice bar, and they want to buy us around! Let's go!
That sounds lovely, but I think we'll catch up later. There's science to be done. Mona, let's get started, Plague Knight. There's no telling what we'll brew up next. Woohoo, yes! And that is the Plague of Shadows. All in all, even though it technically is the same adventure as Shovel Knight, Shovel of Hope, it does enough to make it interesting. And my playstyle is the more explosive of the two of us, so I'm not too bothered. Even though I did lose quite a lot of lives in this adventure, it was worth it. And this is only half of what's in store. There's still 2 more campaigns, but that will be for my compatriots to do. So, for now, I'm just going to enjoy my quality time with Mona. So, until the next adventure, thank you all so very much for watching this series. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a like and a comment in the boxes below, letting me know your favorite moments. Be they good, be they bad, or be they explosive. Also be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and make sure all notifications are turned on, so you know when the next story in this cavalcade, this treasure trove, this alchemical reaction takes place. Also, share this video around. Your continued viewership and support is greatly appreciated. And of course, a very special thanks to the Tier 2 and Tier 3 Patreon supporters, those being Sebastian Canino, Erin Lena, Darcy Williams, Jesse Barb 06, Panda 475, Nagi Oki, Mickey War, Mighty Clarified, Jesse Alvarez, Chameleon, Ruby the Wolf, Hardy Wolf, and Katie Honey Jade. If you'd like to support the Patreon family, as well as get videos 24 hours in advance, check the link in the description below to our Patreon. And with all that said, this has been the Plague Knight, and be sure to take your medicine and tune in for the next series. Farewell!